Hi guys, welcome to the channel. CeeChronicles is my name. On this platform, I post fragrance related content, particularly inspirations. So if you like that style of content, please consider subscribing and joining the family. Now, to those who are returning, welcome back once more. Remember to hit the like and share button, as those two are very helpful, guys, when it comes to ensuring that this video is then distributed by YouTube to a lot of people. Now, as the year ends, guys, I have a collection of some fragrances that I have run through. This is not limited to these only, but I put a number of bottles here of fragrances that I enjoyed during the year 2025, some that are going to make a comeback and some that are not going to make a comeback. Now we're going to dive straight into the very first one. This is Glacia Bella by Maison Alhambra, one of the Middle Eastern houses that offer affordable alternatives on the market. This fragrance bottle, just by looking at it, is going to remind you of that Jean Paul Gaultier Label, just the the shades, the colors there, and how they have named it. Now, Glacia Bella, guys, is inspired, of course, by Jean Paul Gaultier's Label, but the intense version, just based on this bottle, right? Because there's a regular one and then there's an intense version. This does give a burst of what smells very similar to Label. Okay, I'm not going to say the intense, I'm going to say the regular one, but it fails to hold up. I gave this fragrance a lot of chances to macerate, to transform, to bind me over, and unfortunately it's one of those that are not long lasting, regardless of having it on the shelf for close to 2 years or whatever the time span has been, of this bottle being in my collection. So it's not going to make a comeback, not because it's not a beautiful fragrance, it is, but it doesn't have the lasting power. It's going to give you that burst of the pear followed by the vanilla, and then immediately you are going to see that is what they were going for, that Jean Paul Gaultier Label, but it's weak. Okay, it's pretty much gone within the first hour and a half or so. So this one was a beautiful one. We had a nice time together, but it's not going to make a comeback, and it's the first one, guys, on the lineup. Oh, now before I get into the other bottles, let me just give a shout out to Proud Mary Extrait de Parfum, a fragrance that I created under the brand Macedon. Guys, this fragrance is still available for sale. It's going for $88, and this is a promo for festive season. $88. You can get this right here on YouTube, right? I'm going to link the store. I'm going to have the storefront button somewhere on the screen, and if it doesn't pop, then right below me there you're going to see where you can purchase Proud Mary Extrait de Parfum for $88. The retail price for this fragrance is $149, but we chose the angel number 88 for festive season for anybody who may want to purchase this fragrance and gift it to anybody or for themselves. It is a unisex fragrance. It is 120 ml. It is my creation, and it is a fruity floral. It has a serving of just about everything, right? But you're going to have that opening of a burst of a lot of mixed fruits, dried fruits, pineapple, giving it a crisp top there, and then it enters into the white florals, particularly that jasmine. But the jasmine, the way we did it here, is not indolic or intense. It's just going to give you wafts off, and then it gets into the spices, the tonka, the cardamom, the woods, and a little bit of patchouli. So this has been a hit. And the other thing is, you can check out the reviews on Perfume. We are now officially listed by Perfume, so Fragrantica should be following anytime soon. If you go on Perfume, the website, you're going to see Proud Mary. If you already have it, drop your review there. That's also helpful in making others decide, what this fragrance is really like, but also taking into consideration, guys, that scents, fragrances, perfumes, anything scented is nose specific. Also remember to use my code C15 at checkout for an added discount. So that is Proud Mary Extrait de Parfum by Macedon Perfumes and CeeChronicles. And I think you can see, guys, I have really used the heck out of Proud Mary. Now the next fragrance I wanted to show you, which was in my collection, is going to be Nuit de Passion by Pandora Scents. Pandora Scents is a subsidiary of Paris Corner. I am not sure if they're still making fragrances. This fragrance was easy for me to jump on and purchase, because this draws inspiration of that Poison, okay, Dio's Poison. And this I enjoyed, you know, while it lasted. However, it does have sort of like a screechy powdery thing about it, and I do not see myself hunting, you know, for it as a replacement. But for anybody who may be looking for that DNA at an affordable price, this is certainly going to do it for you. I just have a little bit of a problem with it when it comes to how the patchouli mixes there with the bergamot. It kind of gives it off like a screechy thing, but aside from that, that's it. And Pandora fragrances are also very much on the affordable side, so we did have a good dance with Nui the Passion, and we have reached the end of the road. So that is the next empty I wanted to show you. Now moving on to the third fragrance that I have emptied, and this is bottle number 2, right? Maya Intense Natural by the House of Lattafa. It's bottle number 2 because I finished the other one that I had and then bought a backup, and this backup is also gone, right? This I cannot fault, guys. This is a gorgeous fragrance. It is a fusion of Dolce Acqua di Jour. I'm just going to show you. It's a fusion of this is Giorgio Armani Acqua di Jour, and it also uses the fig note. Beautiful one from Lattafa. It's not 101 with that. You know, that's why I said it's a fusion of, it kind of feels like a combo of Acqua di Jour by Giorgio Armani and something else, that fig fruit. Beautifully done fragrance. It also has the melon. The melon is highlighted gorgeously in this fragrance, and then it gets into florals, and then it gets musky. I absolutely love this fragrance. This is a second bottle, and I will surely purchase a third bottle because this is easy to wear, and it's just a lovely fragrance, really summery leaning, great lasting power as well. It will not start identical to Acqua di Jour, but it dries down like it. So this is the third fragrance that I wanted to show you, which I've emptied and will certainly make a comeback in my collection. Now next up are these two. Okay, if you know me, you know I love my my Elizabeth Taylor. Okay, I came here 2 years ago or so, showing you the backup bottles of my white diamonds that I had, and it was mostly these. I had 3. I bought the first one, and I went and I got another 2 to make 3, right? And I showed you that this is a fragrance that's always going to be in my collection. I absolutely love it, and this is now bottle number 3 that is finished. The white diamonds laster, guys. If you are wondering which white diamonds fragrance you could go for, this is certainly a breath of fresh air in that white diamond mix, right? It does stray from the original white diamonds, I have to be honest with you, because the original white diamonds is an intense floral. Some people do pick a fecal chord in it, which makes it a fave and not so much of a fave for some people. It's either you absolutely love it or you don't. If you're not too big on the original white diamonds, you could go for this one. This one includes florals and fruits, so it's going to be a little bit jammy, and it's going to be intense. It's going to be dark. If you just wanted to try a fragrance from Elizabeth Taylor, but you're not sure whether you would like the original white diamonds, you're not sure whether you're going to be okay with how white diamonds in itself, the original, is kind of a little bit dated and stuff, then this is certainly one you could go for. My third bottle is finished. I'm not going to repurchase it though, because we have a lot of fragrances that have been thrown there on the market. If anything, I would purchase Violet Eyes. I think it says Violet Eyes in full size, because I've got a miniature of that. But yes, these are finished. The third bottle is gone. This, I only had 1 bottle and that's it. So these are my other empties. Next up, guys, is going to be this giant Lattafa. I've had this for maybe 1.5 years, even 2 years. This is my hair legacy. This is an inspiration to PDM's Sedley. I am not going to repurchase this. It's masculine, it's fresh, it's citrusy, it's crisp, that sort of thing. And honestly speaking, I did buy it because of how it was compared to Sedley. And Sedley in itself is a PDM that is, marketed for men. So I knew that I'm going to probably like it or not. So it was mostly curiosity that made me buy this fragrance, but it was not one that I enjoyed the most. It ended up being one of those layering fragrances, if you will, because it does have a mint accord to it. It also is aromatic, a lavender accord to it. It also has like a rosemary. So that spiky feel about this fragrance made it perfect for layering, but I do not see myself rushing to go and repurchase this. That is if Lattafa is even still making it, because I believe Lattafa is discontinuing some of these fragrances, guys. There's so many Lattafas that we have been given that I don't think are in production, but you can still pick up some of the fragrances I'm talking about here, on sites like Amazon and eBay. There's always going to be somebody with a bottle somewhere, but I don't think Lattafa in itself has some of these in production. Now, the next fragrance that I will probably hunt for, because I enjoyed, is Turab Al Dahab. Okay, this one is an Art Al Zaafaran. Smells very close to Versace Crystal Noir, and not the EDT but rather the EDP. I enjoyed this fragrance. I love it. The DNA for Crystal Noir in itself is also one that is either a love or hate. Some people find it very intense and pushy. Some people find the white florals in the original too heady, and if you are like that, you're probably not going to love this, because this is just one of those fragrances that will outright, smell exactly like Versace Crystal Noir. But I enjoyed this. I actually enjoyed it more than I did my Maison Alhambra, because they also have inspiration to Crystal Noir. So this I preferred more. Would repurchase this. The lid is loose. It just shows up loose. So it's just one of those things that if you're fussy, you probably wouldn't want, to repurchase. But that Adar Zaafaran is awesome. Now next up is Shh by Jade Goody. This is another one that I came with backup bottles of. Jade Goody was a socialite, I think, from the United Kingdom. I think she was in Big Brother UK, if I'm not mistaken. She's late now, God rest her soul. And she left us with two fragrances, this one and another one that's kind of like cocoa butter smelling like. I do have the other one as well. It's called Controversial, I think. And this one is called Shh. If you follow my channel, or if you've been on this channel for a long time, you will know that I love this DNA profile. This kind of smells like a watered down version of Tom Ford Black Opium. So if you like the Black Opium DNA and you find it doing too much, this is certainly going to do it for you. It is a fragrance that's going to encompass the spices, okay, cinnamon, cumin, sandalwood, cassis, and the citrus is there at the top, but it doesn't become about the citruses. It is simply an easy reach mix of fruity florals. There's going to be a little bit of some rose in there. There's going to be some iris in there, pink pepper, that sort of thing. And then it's going to have one of the most gentle patchouli you would smell in a fragrance. So I absolutely love this. And I just wanted to show you where it's at. And I already have another one. Okay, I already have another one. This I can almost say it always been my collection, also to support Jade Goody herself, because she did leave her kids behind. She passed away due to cancer, and she left us the two fragrances. I'm not sure if there's more, but I know of these two. So yes, I love Jade Goody. Moving on is going to be again Elizabeth Taylor. I had missed this one, White Diamonds and Rouge. If you love that Modern Muse Rouge profile, this is awesome. It actually is better than the, is it Estee Lauder? I think it's Estee Lauder. Yeah, Estee Lauder is way better than that Modern Muse Le Rouge, but there's going to be a lot of similarities just by smelling the two fragrances side by side. This is intense though, that's why I like it. I did have a Rouge. I actually traveled with it and I finished it along the way and I threw it away. I personally love the profile, but I wouldn't buy the Modern Muse de Rouge again. Rather, I would repurchase this. So this one, though finished, is a fragrance that would certainly make a comeback in my collection. Raspberry, rose, pink pepper are going to be the star of the show, which is going to be also a fruity floral that's intense and sweet. So absolutely love this one, and I will hunt for the bigger size. The next step again, let me just finish the Elizabeth Taylors and show you. Okay, we have this one. This one, I already have a backup of it, Forever by Elizabeth Taylor. I have a backup of it because I love this fragrance, and of late, you know, I sprayed it at some point and Mima smelt it on me and she said, oh, I like that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to hunt for another bottle, okay, for her, because I love this scent profile. It is a fruity floral as well. It does highlight the apple. It's crisp, it's elegant, one of the good Elizabeth Taylors. I also noticed that Forever is very hard to find, so with Forever you may have to look for it perhaps on eBay or on some of the UK websites. UK websites, I noticed, do stock up a lot of Elizabeth Taylors. I'm just opening the other one because what's left in this is perhaps maybe just two, three wears. Okay, so when I say I love a fragrance so much and I'm going to repurchase, in most cases I do. So this would be the new one that's going to replace this, because I would not want, you know, to go a day or so without this in my collection. Let me just show you how it looks new, because that bottle is buttered. Okay, so this is how it would look brand new, side by side with this. Okay, and I'm pretty sure you can see that I've had this fragrance in my collection for a while. I absolutely love it. This we're gonna share with Mima until I get another bottle, but I know I can find Forever by Elizabeth Taylor on eBay. Next up, guys, is this one, Rave Now Women. I purchased this fragrance to bring to you here because some of you wanted to know whether there was a Burberry Her inspiration on the market, and it is a fragrance I enjoyed, you know, while I had it. There's very little to nothing left there, but truly speaking, the DNA in itself is not a wow for me. I like the fact that I was able to clue up a lot of you guys to purchase this, but I personally, after finishing this bottle, will not run and purchase another one, this or even the original. Right, remember I said this is an inspiration to Burberry Her. Okay, to Burberry Her. I'm not going to repurchase this because it's not really a fragrance that I lose sleepless nights over. Okay, it's not a fragrance I miss. It's just one of those marshmallow candy servings. Okay, a lot of strawberry, red fruits, in some florals and some muskiness. And because we have a lot of choices on the market, this is not going to make a comeback. But if there's anyone out there who's looking for a Burberry Her, okay, rendition, this is a good one. It also has a good lasting power, so that's another one that's leaving my collection. The next fragrance that took a knock, and it wasn't love at first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth sight, okay, is Hiba by Art Al Zaafaran. But the patchouli in here was so intense and still is intense to an extent that I didn't really like it that much. But I found that this is a great one for layering. Absolutely amazing fragrance for layering. This Hiba is going to open up with those citruses, you know, crisp burst at the top, a lot of citruses. And I get something that feels like a yellow floral, ylang, that sort of thing. And then there's a lot of other florals that join in the mix, the white florals, jasmine, neroli, tuberose, all sorts of white florals are going to get into the mix, the rose as well. And then it becomes a little bit of a heady situation happening there. So I'm not going to repurchase it, even though I used it up in layering. I'm not going to repurchase it. It just is doing too much. It lasts until the next year. So if you're looking for a beast mode fragrance, then this is certainly going to be it. When I purchased it, I can't remember what I likened it to, but I did establish somewhere along the line that this one draws inspiration of Olympia Sola, okay, by Paco Rabanne. So if you're also looking for an inspiration to that fragrance, then Hiba by Art Al Zaafaran is probably going to be a good one for you. It's not going to make a comeback. I will not miss it. I'm done with it. Yeah, that's it. Those are some of the fragrances that I have used up. Some over the years, some exiting my collection for the year 2025. I've told you the ones that are going to make it come back. I've told you the ones that I've already repurchased, and some that I really do not care for. So let us share in the comment section what yours are, and we can interact there. Now, before I close this video, remember to grab yourself a bottle of Proud Mary Extrait de Parfum. It's a 120 ml fruity floral, my nose to yours, from CeeChronicles, which is myself, by Zaafaran Perfumes, and it is currently discounted for the festive season. From the 1st of December up to the last day of December, you can grab this bottle for $88 on Zaafaran Perfumes website, and you can use my code C15 at checkout for a further discount. You can purchase it right here on YouTube. I'm going to link the store, and you can also purchase it directly on the website www.zaafaranperfumes.com. You can purchase it directly off the TikTok shop if you wish, and you can also purchase it on Instagram. Thank you guys for joining me today. Let's meet in the next one, and let us discuss more about fragrances. Remember to turn on post notifications, that way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one, guys, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.